Shalom, all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders B'Hashem Racha HaKodash. My name is Jacob from Plaintables Camp, and apostles video here.
Shalom to you all. UN declares genocide in Gaza. You know, the situation with the IDF, the Israeli government, attacking the Palestinian people in Gaza. And they're just killing them, and they're just blowing up buildings, and right in front of them they're fleeing. And that route there, I don't know if that's the same route that from the ancient world, the what is it, the Via Mara, which means the way of the sea. When 70 AD, and they took, when the Romans defeated Judah, Yehuda, what they did was they took, and that's in the Josephus in the history, they took boys that were young men, the ages of, I believe was 17 and up, and they caused them to go through through that trade route, which is to the right of them also is the Mediterranean. You'll see it, and I'll point it out to you, or you'll see it. I don't have to point it out, but you can see that great body of water on the right-hand side. So they're obviously going south. That's what it feels like. When you go back a couple of years, this war has been going on for a couple of years already. Starting date was the so-called attack on civilians on October 7th. I don't know the actual year. It's a couple of years ago. Was it 2 years, 3 years? And, the Israeli government has intensified their attacks on these people. And UN is declaring it, a disaster, not a disaster, but a genocide. And you can look up the word genocide.
Now, I heard about this torture. The report said that the Israeli security forces have perpetrated gender-based violence, including rape, sexualized torture, and other forms of sexual violence, not only as a punishment against the individuals, but as part of a pattern of collective punishment to fracture, humiliate, and to subjugate the Palestinian population in its entirety. Yeah, this story broke like a couple days after the first prisoners were taken, or maybe a month or so. All right, but yeah, I've been hearing about this for a while. This form of torture.
So, when I saw the scene, the part of this video that they're walking, it seems like they're going south, and the Mediterranean Sea which is on their right. And I thought about the Via Mara. There's a Via Mara or Via Maris. So you got these Christians that say, oh, Deuteronomy 28 and 68 is talking about 70 AD. Nope, because in Deuteronomy 28 and 68 it says men and women going in captivity. During that time period when they took over the Israelites, during the time period of 70 AD, they only took the men that were of a particular age, 17 and up, and to go to be slaves in Egypt, which at that time Esau had control of Egypt. So anyway, I'm going to show you some of this, and that's it. I don't think I got to say any more. So
skimming through it, just reading the headings. UN Commission says Israel has, these are the Edomites, they're not the real Israel. We are the real Israelites. Is committing, Khazar and Pastor Jays are committing genocide in Gaza. Now they can get away with it because of who they are. They're the head tribe of the Edomites, and it's a death cult. Nearly 65,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza since October 7th, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry there. The ministry does not distinguish between civilians and fighters, but has said that most of the casualties are women and children. All right, so that's a distinction there. That there is no distinction. Yeah, we got Palestinians targeted collectively. This is all old known information, We knew this already. Weaponized withholding of aid, destroyed childhood. The report also brought into question Israel's war aims, saying that the extensive and deliberate targeting of Palestinian children is evident that military operations are not being conducted solely to defeat Hamas, but to physically destroy the Palestinian group by eliminating not only today's children, but the possibility of them having children in the future. If you're the devil, just come out and say you're the devil. All right. I mean, they're supposed to be doing what they're doing because they're Satan. But the issue is that they're lying about it. And I guess that's what Satan would do, I guess, because you got to keep lying. When you do a lie, you got to keep lying. All right. So the UN is supposed to be, on their side. So they're losing power, or this is just an avenue where they're allowing them to show their horns more clearly. I mean, we can see them clearly, but other people go, they got to declare it first before we can know all this stuff. No, we already knew this. Sexualized torture. We already knew this. All right. Israeli leaders incited genocide. And this is on CNN, edition.cnn.com. And you can just put it in search engine. Palestinians targeted collectively. They showing you that he's Satan. They're supposed to be righteous and pious and supposed to have the best technology in the world, and but they can't distinguish between a child and a woman and a civilian that's a man. They're all Hamas according to them, according to their bullets and missiles. All right. They can say whatever they want, but their munitions tell the story, and the bodies hitting the ground tell the story, not what they say. It's a really hard war. It's really hard, They hide under buildings and they hide behind civilians. They're really poor liars because they don't have to be convincing liars. They can just half-ass it because they are who they are. They're the chief tribe of the Edomites. They run the world.
Watch it, and I slowed it down as it's fair use, fair use, fair use. See, they don't know if there's people in there or not, and they don't care. Oh, by the
Yeah, so they hit it with a damn drone or F-35 missile or something, and people's houses are right. So if they were close to that building, they got hit with concrete and metal, pieces of munition, wood. they don't care. It's air power, so air superiority. All right, this is Satan because he's a liar. He was a liar from the beginning, and a father of it. Ye are of your father the devil. We're talking about wicked Israelites, the real wicked Israelites. Now these are the imposter Israelites here that are shooting these munitions, these missiles on these buildings that possibly has Hamas soldiers in there, or just people, Palestinians taking shelter. Then he lies about it. Then we can all see it. These are attributes of Satan. He lied, then you got to keep lying for it to, for stupid people to believe it. But you woke up, you awake. You in the day, you can see clearly. So we see it. We know he was a liar from the beginning, and the father of it. All right. Even if he told the truth, he could still do this. Telling 100% truth, he could still mass M-word and get away with it. He's currently getting away with it. What the fuck does this mean? UN Commission says Israel is committing genocide. What the hell does that mean? Is that going to do anything?
By the way, the name of this video is the title of this video is "The Least of the Flock Shall Draw Them Out." This will lead to the war of Armageddon and the complete and utter destruction of the Levant and Babylon the Great, because Babylon is backing these people. And the nations that will shoot their missiles on these two places, Russia, NATO nations, EU nations, any nation that possesses missiles, ICBM, long-range missiles, going to destroy both of these places because they think they're going to succeed. Then they're not. And then right after that, well, the first things first, the whole planet Earth will be introduced to the MOTB, the microchip. That's when these other camps are going to wake up. If they don't wake up, the leaders, the zombies will wake up and start to realize that GMS was always right. So we're at the door. We're at the door. Everything's moving quick. These are
and other Muslims and Arab peoples, Iranian peoples. Well, the Iranians they're helping, but the kingdom, Jordan, they got a lot of Edomites up in there. While Yemen was helping also. All those other groups that say that they're brothers. They attack Qatar. The Israelis. They're supposed to be standing up. Isn't it in their religion to protect their brothers? Protect their brothers from from Satan. But I remember when they first started, they were just like, it seemed like nobody was giving them help. All right, that's their fight. All right, your brothers. Y'all supposed to be all in the religion and in the same ethnic group, or y'all have friendly relations. But these bigger kings, like Arabia, they got a lot of contracts with the Edomites, with the devil. All right, they are in it for the money. No, but eventually they'll use their resources to go to war with Satan over there in the east. But right now, that's just the play. They got to suffer. They got to be. Their size got to be reduced. Their size has to be reduced. And let's see what's going to come of this. Are they really going to transform Gaza into homes for Israelis, or are they going to give them back their land and have a two-state solution, or a rebuilt apartheid state? I don't know, but we know the third world's war will take place, and they all going to be chipped too, or put to death. Thus saith the prophecy in the Revelation 13th chapter. All right, every man, woman, and child you see here in Palestine, they're still alive. And if they're not of the elect, if they're not true Israelites that are of the elect amongst these men, women, and children, if they take that chip, they're going to be burnt in the hellfire. Yeah. They are in the land of Israel, and that's going to be nuked. Right along with Babylon, America. So, I'll leave that there. This is the Apostles' video. The least of the flocks will draw them out. And you have, he's put least of the flock, or least of flock. And Jeremiah 49:20 shows up, and Jeremiah 15:45 saying the same thing, and it mentions Edom and Babylon. That's how we know that they are the same thing. All right. They're interchangeable, Babylon and Edom, because the great Babylon, the new Babylon that is going to be ruling in the future, is going to be ruled by the Edomites. This is how we know that Edom, all right, the children of Esau, are still here today, and they have the greatest technology on earth when it comes to military. And they pioneered it. All right. Germany, Russia, Britain, America, France, are those ruled by Edomites. Ruled by Edomites from, it could be from different tribes. All right. And T-Man, which was the original Germans. German Edomites. But this is a name of a city, I believe, or region in Edom. Teman. All right, and then they, according to prophecy, they migrated to a certain area, which we believe is Germany.